Hello and welcome back to the podcast. This is a special episode where I really wanted to sit down with some of my team members and reflect on a very special award that we recently received. Infused Innovations has been chosen as a winner for the Microsoft US Partner Award in the Modern Work and Security category, which has been such an honor for our team. We've worked so incredibly hard to build up our security offering and provide our clients with the best possible security. And according to Microsoft, they say that the winners of the Microsoft US Partner Award have shown leadership in customer impact, solution innovation, deployment, and exceptional use of advanced features in Microsoft technologies over the past year, and that the recipients were selected for exceptional dedication and success among partners in the US. And I know that this award is especially validating for us, considering that there were so many applicants, as well as the fact that Microsoft is our largest partner and organization that we work with. And to be seen and recognized by them has just been really great. So today I wanted to reflect on this award with a few members of my team here. We have Philip Magnuszewski. He's the Chief Operating Officer at Infused Innovations. Jeffrey Wilhelm, he is the Chief Executive Officer at Infused Innovations. And Dan Chemistruck, the Chief Information Security Officer of Infused Innovations. It is so wonderful to have you guys here.
Thanks, Melissa.
Thank you.
So, Phil, let's start off with how amazing did it feel to see Infused Innovations' name get announced as a recipient for this award? How did you find out and how did it feel?
It was awesome. It was really awesome. And when you think about this sheer number of Microsoft partners there are, I think there's over 300,000 Microsoft partners globally. There's over 100,000 alone in the US. And to be singled out for our work in an area that resonates with every single organization out there, the modern workplace security. I mean, it couldn't be more relevant of a topic and an award for us to win. It's interesting. I was actually on a vacation when the news came in, and I was absolutely flabbergasted. I was blown away, and I'm very happy for the organization. I mean, there've been a lot of people that have put in a lot of hours in helping craft our practice around the Microsoft security platform, a lot of folks on the team that have implemented it and support our customers in it. So there's a lot of hard work that goes behind it. But yeah, absolutely blown away and couldn't be more excited to be a Microsoft partner.
Love that you got the news while you were on vacation. I'm sure you were just so ready to celebrate. Dan and Jeff, I really wanted to get your experience. Where were you when you heard about it, and what was your experience?
So I can tell you I was not on vacation, although
Too bad.
I probably would have enjoyed that too. No, in all seriousness, I was sitting at my computer. I was actually on a customer meeting. We were talking about some 2022 initiatives, and we were talking about security. We were talking about zero trust. We were talking about how they can have a more secure, intelligent workplace, and having some conversations around data and data security, when I saw the email come in, and I was beyond pleased. When you look back at the last 18 months of all of our shared experiences, here and everywhere, modern work and security are really the story of the last 18 months, right? It's how do we continue delivering services? How do we continue serving our customers? How do we be a good workplace for our staff? How do we ensure security is not putting us in the news for the wrong reasons? And we have those conversations with our customers every day. So to find out that we won the Microsoft US Partner Award for 2021 in modern work and security felt like just a huge validation of everything we've been working for.
What about you, Dan?
Yeah, so I'm 3 hours behind the rest of the team. I'm out here in California. So I found out about it. It was first thing in the morning. I want to say I was surprised, but I'd like to say that the past 2 years I was surprised that we didn't win. So it was good this it was great this year. I was expecting to be in the finalists, but actually winning was a great feeling. Yeah, I wasn't on a call or on vacation either, but yeah, it was definitely a great feeling.
Dan, can you tell me what were the requirements to be considered for an award like this? Is this a difficult award to receive? I know that there were a lot of nominations. I saw somewhere that there were thousands of them.
Yep. So, as Phil mentioned, you have to be a Microsoft partner first of all. There is a global award and then a U.S. award. So, for the U.S. competition, all 100,000 partners are eligible to submit for the award. And additional criteria are you have to have a competency in the Microsoft security area. You have to have a repeatable product, which is our Infused Threat Protection and Secure Intelligent Workplace product offerings. And then you also have to show revenue growth over a period of time. And fortunately for us, even with COVID impacting a lot of organizations in different ways, we saw tremendous growth. We had proposals hanging out, for 6, 12 months, even for all of our clients to get to this kind of zero trust network perimeter. And basically COVID was the motivator to get folks across that line. We probably had 5 or 6 projects signed in a given weekend. So this is the third year that we've applied for the award. I think having the revenue numbers justify that we've had the growth in this area since the inception of our offering. Our current Secure Intelligent Workplace offering in its current iteration has been around for 3 years as well. So it just shows that we've been able to get the customer testimonials, strengthen our process, our methodology, and show that it is repeatable and successful. And we have the testimonials to back it up now.
Yeah, and I think it's great too that they were measuring revenue because, I mean, that's hard data. We're obviously helping a lot of clients. We're doing really well. And I guess at the end of the day, the silver lining for us from COVID was that it really did help our business grow. And we've helped a lot of other businesses too along the way. Jeff, I want to talk about winning this award and how validating that is for us as an organization. It does show that we bring something to the table that organizations just don't, beyond revenue. What would you say makes our security offering superior to others?
Yeah, well, Dan, I think touched on this just a bit, and the benefits from having a number of years of development in a couple of different areas on our product set, and Microsoft's continued investment in the tooling behind the scenes, I think have really pushed this forward. So Dan mentioned Infused Threat Protection, our Secure Intelligent Workplace offering, and the Zero Trust Security Accelerators that we offer. Depending on the size of organization or the vertical that an organization might fall within and what regulatory compliance needs that they might have, we have pre-built and well-structured processes and methodologies to deliver these things. And I think Microsoft recognized that. Similarly, you see Forrester and Gartner and other organizations like them, they're recognizing the investments that Microsoft is making and the improvements that Microsoft's making on the security side. And we're taking those, sort of major initiatives that Microsoft's been investing in and incorporating them into a single pane of glass and allowing us to deliver things very holistically to our customers that they would otherwise have to spend a lot of time, money, and probably headache to do themselves.
Dan, we talked a little bit about this. Last year, Infused Innovations and Microsoft had announced they're working together to accelerate zero trust deployments in the Microsoft cloud. And that really made Infused Innovations the first managed service provider to offer both zero trust implementation and ongoing services in the Azure marketplace. And this offering, as we've mentioned before, is called the Infused Threat Protection. Tell us more about Infused Threat Protection and how this can help an organization stay secure. What are the benefits of it?
Sure. So about 3 years ago, we transitioned from your kind of traditional MSP and advisory services to adding in a managed security services provider as well, so MSSP. Infused Threat Protection is our offering around that area. It is endpoint protection. We offer third-party patching. We have ransomware tools that are kind of the baseline policies are proprietary to us, although they are based on a number of security baselines from the Microsoft Research Center. We do implement services like controlled folder access, virtualization-based security on Windows devices, keeping devices, again, patched as soon as, 0 days are released, they're patched the same day. The rest of your security patches are pushed out within 30 days of being released, and that's for both Windows and third-party patching. It also includes end-user security awareness training, phishing simulations, brute force simulations, password spray simulations. So we want to do ongoing testing, on the users and the devices, making sure that if and when a breach occurs, that it's limited to a single person or a single device, and that hopefully not the entire device or identity is compromised. just one area of it. So that's kind of the identity and device section of it. We also have our 24/7 Security Operations Center. This is a global practice. We take all of the Microsoft Defender XDR logs, we ingest them into Azure Sentinel for all of our clients, and then we have a team of about 40 security analysts reviewing those alerts as they come in real time. Our SLA is around 15 minutes for responding to an incident. And the main benefit of that is, we've seen folks deploy the Defender XDR stack and just ignore the logs, and they were breached. We went in and did the forensics post breach, and we saw, that the brute force attack and the lateral traversal movement through Defender for Identity, all the logs were there, but nobody was looking at it. And because of that, the attacker was able to traverse the environment, escalate, get at enterprise admin credentials, and deploy ransomware to the entire environment. So it's important to not only have the stack, but have people, reviewing the incidents on the stack. It's same's true for any part of your organization, right? People are the most valuable asset in your organization. So definitely having that as part of our Infused Threat Protection service, I think, sets us apart. And that's something we've added in the past year. And I think that helped us win the award this year.
And that was a lot. I mean, it's incredible what Infused Innovations has done with their security offerings and all the different, ways that an organization can now protect themselves. And I think especially with the 24/7 SOC, which led into my next question, how this helps an organization. And I think at the end of the day, really, it just allows them to sleep better at night. Just knowing that someone is constantly monitoring their data and their organization, even when business executives aren't able to.
Yeah, Melissa, you're absolutely 100% right. And what Dan dove into there in terms of what that part of the practice has developed into is really great. I mean, the fact of the matter is that even if organizations do have security folks on staff, maintaining and managing a 24/7 SOC is not something most organizations can go out and do. They just don't have the money, the talent, frankly, isn't out there as well. So having the ability to offer that kind of service to organizations who can't go out and do that on their own is a huge advantage in the marketplace.
So, Jeff, I want to kind of transition this conversation because, far before the pandemic and organizations were forced to go remote, we here knew that remote and hybrid work was really where the market was heading. And we still believe that this is the future of work. The modern workplace is either hybrid or remote. So talk to us about the importance of having cybersecurity in general when shifting into this new type of workspace. Can an organization go fully remote or hybrid even, without cybersecurity? How important is that?
Yeah, I mean, the short answer, I think, is no. The premise of your question is something that I've felt pretty strongly about for a long time, right? Remote and hybrid work is kind of a future imperative for organizations of any shape and size. And, when you think about it, if an organization happens to be in a small to medium sized city, you might get a couple of talented folks, from within 20 minutes, 30 minutes outside of your office to drive in. But beyond that, there are good, talented people all over the country, right? Why preclude your organization from having access to the best talent just because you're sort of forcing them to be inside of some physical walls? A thoughtful approach to both productivity, modern work, and then, of course, as you mentioned, security, I think are absolutely critical to making that happen. Dan talked a little bit earlier about some of the tenets of zero trust, right? How identity is effectively the new perimeter. It used to be you wanted people to sort of drive into your office because you knew, all right, it's a controlled environment. We've got a firewall here at the border, and these computers on the desks, we've got antivirus on them, and that was sort of the perimeter. But with so many things no longer living within the walls of a building, right? Living in the cloud, and that's true of almost everything that we all do all day long these days. The people are sometimes remote as well. And if the services are remote and the people are remote, then having identity as that perimeter, right, a strongly enforced identity model becomes a foundation for an organization who wants to go partially or fully remote. And frankly, it becomes sort of a positive in so many other areas as well, because when you start enforcing, identity as the perimeter, you start enabling collaboration and productivity services and a whole bunch of other cloud-enabled single sign-on service enablement. And it allows for the organization to pick the tools and the processes and the productivity elements that matter and make a difference for their organization. So I think it adds both security as well as, of course, flexibility.
Oh, that's a great answer. Thank you, Jeff. And receiving the US Microsoft Partner Award is obviously validating and a testament to all the hard work that we do here at Infused Innovations. And I truly think that it goes beyond just our security offerings. So, Phil, I wanted to ask you, I know you spend a lot of time with our clients. What do you think is keeping our clients around? What do our relationships look like with them?
Yeah, I say one of the things that really distinguishes us from a lot of other consulting firms out there, and Jeff has, done a great job in instilling this as part of the culture of our organization, is that, we're in it for the long haul. We believe strongly in collaborative relationships with our clients and not something that's transactional. So when we're looking at the future of what technologies an organization might be looking at, regardless of where those fall in and in what specific domain, we take cybersecurity as a core tenet of any of that stuff, right? We use the phrase it's built in, not bolted on. So whatever an organization is looking to do, security is always one of the first things we're taking a look at. And because we have these long-term relationships with clients, we've understand kind of where they started from, where they're going, and how a security model needs to change for them as well. And frankly, everyone on the team who's working with these clients are typically have strong relationships with the end users there as well. I mean, there's personal interest in there. We're watching over them. We're making sure that we're doing and they're doing everything to keep them from getting breached. So there's a sense of pride, there's a sense of ownership on our end, and making sure that because it's a real collaborative partnership, like I mentioned, we want to make sure that we're doing everything to protect them.
And I've firsthand experienced just how, intimate our relationships are with our customers, how they can rely on us at any time. I mean, I have seen some people on our team up in the late hours just helping clients out in the face of an emergency or anything that's going on. I know that our team is just so incredibly giving and supportive and is always there with open and transparent communication with any of our clients. Jeff, I wanted to ask you, there might be people out there who are listening to this podcast and thinking like, wow, I really need to up my security game in my organization. This all sounds so amazing. Tell me what the first step they should take is.
Well, I do think that a lot of IT people, for one, sort of know what keeps them up at night. They might just not know how to address it, right? So if you're listening to this podcast and you're thinking, man, I'd love to have someone watching over me because I'm worried about X, like you sort of know in the back of your head, like the things that you're worried about, and you just need somebody to help you implement, solutions and find ways to improve the current situation. But I would also just sort of say that while security is obviously a core tenet of everything we do, security is not in a vacuum, right? So security models, while there are absolutely best practices and there are sort of the philosophical, framework and approach type things that we can talk about, every organization is a little bit different, and organizations are in different sort of places on their digital transformation journeys. What that means is that the answer for one organization may have sort of a different order of operations or a different order of implementation or something that might be done slightly differently because of where they are. So sort of that advisory side of it, right? The understanding the holistic vision, the journey, where are you going, what matters to you, what matters to your staff, what's important to your customers. Those are questions that a lot of the security vendors out there just don't ask. They just say, here's a tool to install, and here's a monitor to look at, and here's some telemetry and some logs. And, that's obviously helpful, but it's really just one piece of the equation. There's really a much more holistic picture, and we do try to get to that with every one of our customers.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys for joining me on the podcast. I am so excited for our team that we were chosen as a winner for the Microsoft US Partnership Award in Modern Work and Security. It really is a testament to our amazing services that we've built for our clients and just how hard we work. I'm always in awe of how great of a team that we have here at Infused Innovations. All right. Well, thank you guys so much for joining us.
Thanks, Melissa.
Thanks for listening. See you next time.